So I just returned from a week-long training where I joined 22 other amazing humans and 3 teachers to learn more about energy. And what we learned about blew my mind. Now, I am someone that always is open to receiving more information and open to my perspective changing, but I didn't anticipate my perspective changing as much as it did during this training. Now, some of what I have received and know from my own spirit team still remains. Actually, all of it still remains. I've just added on to what I have known some new insights that I received during this training. One of those I'm going to share with you today about ancestral trauma and clearing out the karma from your ancestral line. And this is coming from firsthand experience on what I experienced during one of the healing sessions. So stay tuned and I will tell you all about this.
Welcome to the Soul Alignment Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Angie, and I'm inviting you to explore the depths of self-sabotage, limiting mindsets, and the beliefs that hinder our progress in life. Through intuitive messages I receive from my spirit team, I share profound insights to help you live authentically and break free from these limitations. Join me now as we uncover all the keys to living your best life.
Welcome back. My name is Angie, and I am your Soul Alignment Mentor, bringing you intuitive messages from my spirit team to help you align with your most authentic and highest self. So you may or may not have heard this before, but many of us hold up to 7 generations of energy in our bodies, in our kind of energetic body, in our human body, in the experience of having this a human timeline in which we're in now. And so I want you to think back 7 generations from where you are now. Now, for myself, 100% honest, I don't know anything beyond my grandmother. So I know my mother and her mom, but I never knew my great-grandparents. I know my dad and I know his parents. But I honestly don't even know my mom's dad. And I didn't really know my grandfather, who was on my dad's side, very well because he passed when I was very young. So when I think about karma coming down for 7 generations, I think beyond the physical human connections that I understand and know here on earth at this time. But you may be someone that did know your great-grandmother or great-grandfather. And so I want you to tune in and really see if spirit will guide you through this journey with me today and understanding what was passed down in the energetic karma to you from the generations prior. And this is up to 7 generations. So your mother's, your grandmother, her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother. So up to 7. And I'm just going to focus on the mothers in this video because that is what I experienced in this healing. Now, I've already talked several times on here about the connection I have with my dad. My dad is passed. He passed in 2020 from cancer. And he has come back and spoke with me many times about what my healing is helping him to do in the spirit side. But I don't want to focus too much on that today. I want to focus on what I have discovered regarding generational trauma, generational karma, and clearing the energy of your family lineage. Many of you, if you're watching this and you're intrigued by this, you likely feel some type of a calling to clear out energy and karma for yourself or your family line. You may be feeling as if you're on earth for a purpose or a reason. You may feel very drawn to mystical or spiritual things. You may feel this inner knowing that you're here on earth for a big reason or a purpose. Or maybe you have resonated with the terms starseed or lightworker or volunteer even from other dimensions. And there's many of us here on earth right now that did come with the purpose of volunteering to be light workers and healers of the earth, to raise the vibration so that the earth can ascend into a new frequency, as well as many humans. But how do we ascend? How do we move into that next dimension when we're holding on to all these energies and karmas that keep us from being able to do so? Someone has to break the lineage. Someone has to come and do the work. And it might be you. You might be the one that feels the inner pull and calling to heal the lineage in your family, or in general for human race. So I'm going to talk about my own unique experience with this, and let me know if you relate to this at all. But try to allow your higher self, allow your intuition to guide you into your unique experience, because mine may not be exactly what yours is, but I do think this is going to be helpful for you to understand this dynamic of clearing out karmic cycles and releasing the trauma that has been passed on through lineages of your family line. So I've always known that I was here to do something. I always knew I was here to clear energy, clear karma, raise the vibration of earth. And that's what I do with my clients every day, is to help them to align with their higher self so that they can then begin to live the life they're meant to and clear the karmic line for their family and other people around them. So there's always been that knowing of who I am and what I'm here on earth to do. But I got a new perspective of it this last week at this training when I went in to do a trance healing. So as a hypnotherapist, what we do is we put people into trance, basically, or they put themselves into a self trance is really what is happening. And then once you're in that trance, the practitioner or whoever's leading that session will guide you in the hypno session to activate and find information that would be beneficial for you and your highest good, or a healing that you need. So in this particular time and session, I was meeting with another person that was in the training, and we came together with an open idea of whatever spirit wants to share today, whatever spirit needs to do, we're just going to go with it, whatever comes up for us. And so we were trained in many different modalities. I've already been trained in hypnotherapy. I already am trained in past life regression. I'm already trained in meditation and mindfulness and energy work as a Reiki master and a sound healer. So this just really amplified my ability to look deeper into energy to see what else is holding on to us that we could release. I did not anticipate to see what I saw in this particular trance or hypno session. So I was guided into my trance where I went deep into my higher self, into my soul, to allow my ego to rest. That way I can access information beyond the human experience, beyond my comprehension of the logical world that I live in. And when I went into this, I began to feel attachments on my chest, in my heart. I could feel the attachment of cords that were connected to my heart. And when I tuned into these cords and I asked where these cords were attached to, one of them was attached to my mother. Another one was attached to another woman who helped to raise me that I called Granny. And then there was another one that was attached to a friend. And so I began to look at these cords and wonder, okay, what is happening with this cord? How did it get connected to me? Is it a cord that I've attached to someone else, or a cord that has been attached to me? When I went in and I felt the energy, I was able to realize that these were attachments towards me, that there were cords that came towards me. Now, I didn't focus on the friend cord. That was, I felt like, needed to be a completely different session for what was coming towards me in this. But I started to tune into the mother energy. I started to tune into this frequency and this attachment that I felt in my heart towards my mother. The person that was guiding my session took me back to the time where this cord first started to become attached to me. And where I found myself was really intriguing. I saw myself outside of my baby body. I had not entered the body yet that was in my mother's womb. And I could see the umbilical cord from my mother to the body that I was about to enter. I then, as I was watching this scene and looking at my mother and seeing that little baby body that I was soon going to get into, I began to see the cord attaches that my mother had. I saw the cord from my mother to her mother, and then I saw from her to her mother, and then her to her mother, and then her to her mother. And the way that it presented itself to me in my mind was a zigzag back and forth between all these mothers that had been in the lineage of my family. And it was intriguing to see that the same pattern that had been passed down was happening over and over and over and over. And I became very clear that there was a karmic energy that had been passed down through the lineage that was causing certain types of trauma, certain types of fears, certain types of cycles, struggles, these things that continued for generations between the mothers of my family being passed down. As I saw this, I became increasingly overwhelmed with the idea that I chose to come and break the lineage and chose to break the cord attachments that were between all these souls. It was a very heavy, deep energy, and I felt it tremendously in my chest. And when I began to realize that I was here to do that work, I began to see myself shifting the energy, breaking the cords, and clearing out the karmic energy. And as I did so, I felt the energy of all these women begin to weep. I just began to cry and cry and cry and cry. And I could feel this energy releasing out of my chest as I did so. And it was this energy of letting go of the programming, letting go of the expectations, letting go of the fears, letting go of the ideas that we had to be a certain way, or this is the way it is, or this is the way it's always been. All this energy that have kept this lineage of women stuck, I felt it releasing from my chest, which was really overwhelming for me. And I just wept. I just cried and cried and cried. And as I was releasing this energy, I began to see all these souls, these beautiful souls around me that were attached to my energy in some type of way as mother figures and grandmother figures. I started to see the vibration of these souls shifting and rising in their frequency. And I even saw them transforming into new light. I saw the dimness of their light begin to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And as I saw the dimness of their light getting brighter and brighter and brighter, they began to circle around me as if they were becoming a tribe, becoming a circle of power around me and standing with me to support me and elevate me and guide me in this lifetime. And there was this great gratitude to have somebody to come into the earthly realm, to tap into that energy and that karma, to finally let it go. Because as I was able to do that work, their vibration was able to shift and let go of those cord attachments. That way they're free to come back to earth in a higher vibration and no longer have to go through the cycles that they had been through prior before. Because many of these souls have been going through this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And so by the work I did as a healer, as a generational breaker of the curses, basically, that have been going through this family line, it has given them and their souls permission to elevate, to hold higher vibration. That way, if they choose to reincarnate as a earth being or a human again, they can come with clear energy and intention to step into the power and vibrate at a higher frequency to move into new earth. And so what is happening right now on earth with healers, with light workers, with energy workers, with those of us that feel this inner spiritual call to do something beyond the human experience, is we are here to shift the vibration of the entire system. And that starts with us. That starts with our vibration. We have to raise our vibration. We have to heal our own ego to get to the point where we can even tap into these things, where we can clear out the energy for our entire lineage. And so as this energy shifts, these souls awaken to more potential and power of who they are, and therefore can come back more powerful and clear in their energy field and not have to repeat cycles to try to release their own karma. We are connected and attached in the energetic field because we are one. And therefore, the work I do here on earth is impacting them. Once you leave this earthly human vessel, this body, and the density of this experience, you're not working on karma on the other side. You're not working on trauma on the other side. There might be souls that spend a lot of time learning about their experience as a human on the other side. They might take a little bit more time to do that evaluation of like, what did I learn? What did I did not learn? What do I need to go back and do? What karma am I still working to release? But we're coming into the age of Aquarius, which is awakening into new earth energy. And it is time for the souls to let go of that, to stop the cycle of repeating the same patterns lifetime after lifetime. And that is why the volunteers are here. That is why the light workers are here, to awaken not just ourselves, but the souls who have been dormant and connected through the energetic field and unable to return the earth with the vibration to be able to go into new earth. And so if you're feeling this deep call into this, or you feel like you're here for something, this might be it. So I want to encourage you to tap in and ask your higher self, am I here to break the lineage? Am I here to cut the curses, to release the karmic cycles, to raise the vibration of my entire connected energy family, whoever that might be? Like I was telling you, my mother was attached, as well as this other woman who was not my biological mother, but she played a role as a mother for me. And so even her energy shifted. So it could be, I believe now that Spirit is showing this to me. I'm hearing Spirit say that we're even doing this for our friends. We're even doing this for what we would consider soulmates, the people that we feel this deep connection with. We are vibrating into their frequency and they're vibrating back into ours to help awaken us into higher energies, and in this ability to shift our consciousness and awareness to higher frequency, to see ourselves differently, to understand our potential, our power, and who we are outside of the human logical programmed mind, and usher in this new earth frequency that is ready to be born, is ready to welcome us into. And so this is really amazing deep work. And I do hope that if you feel this call, that you begin to work towards that. Now it's going to start with you. It's going to start with the ego work. It's going to start with you clearing your own energy, your own karma, your own trauma, because you can't do it for others until you've done it for yourself. But I am here to tell you it's possible, because I did. And it blew my mind away. And I can tell you, my energy feels completely different because I do not have this attachment to this anymore. And my vibration, I feel, is rising at a quicker rate. And this is not saying I'm better or more powerful than any other person that might come across this video. This is me being an example of who you are, reflecting the light right back to you to remind you of the potential you have to achieve here while you are in this lifetime on earth. Why are you here? What are you doing with this life? What are you going to end this life knowing that you accomplished? And if this is calling you to do that, I'm calling you forth to begin that work. And if you would like to do it with someone, please reach out. Let me know and we can start that together. But don't sit dormant anymore, because it is time for us to raise the vibration so we can all step into this higher dimensional understanding of ourselves and where we come from. I hope this was helpful for you to do today. leave a comment, subscribe, follow me. Would love if you shared this as well. Thank you so much. I wish you the best day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. And I send you all the universal love. Namaste.